Hey everybody, this is the book review of the novel 1984, written by George Orwell in the year 1949. How would you describe freedom? Freedom is the freedom to say that 2 plus 2 makes 4. If that is granted, all else follows, says concisely and elegantly George Orwell. He unravels totalitarianism, propaganda, individual identity, class struggle, poverty, inequality, love, manipulation, censorship, or the suppression of free speech and language as mind control. They were the themes that had been put forth on this masterpiece, which was sold over 30 million copies worldwide. Brevity is the soul of wit, says William Shakespeare. According to that, Orwell includes catchphrases which makes an everlasting impact in the reader's mind more than any other literature that has ever been recorded about such important problems of the society. Adolf Hitler, the torturous dictator of Nazi Germany, wrote in his autobiography Mein Kampf or My Struggle that the leader of a dictatorial nation must continuously create enemies to remain in power. Such is the leader of the hellish nation Oceania, named as Big Brother. Orwell doesn't use any hyperbole in his masterpiece. He gives hard-hitting facts that would rather be a foretelling. It wasn't a prediction, it was a spoiler. After his time, still we can witness totalitarian leaders like Kim Jong-un of North Korea replicating his novel in action. The phrases used by the English Socialist Party called Ingsoc to achieve total control over the people and their minds were war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. It is a dystopian novel. The phrases are used to describe a dystopian future. The idea is to convince the citizens of Oceania that a state of war is beneficial and necessary to maintain peace. Some say that ignorance allows people to be manipulated and their reality to be controlled. Others say that it's better to be ignorant and live in bliss than know the truth and live in agony. Big Brother continues to sow the seeds of enmity against Emmanuel Goldstein by the 2 minutes hate and hate week in the minds of citizens of Oceania. War happens never-endingly as it was just a plot created for manipulating people. There are the inner party, the upper class, who controls the minority, the outer party, the middle class, who work for inner party, and the proletariat, the lower class, who is considered as uneducated and working class. The protagonist, Winston Smith, struggles with his life, having a varicose ulcer, being old, and living in an omnipresent telescreen, which are present days CCTVs coupled with TVs. They only telecast nationalist things, Big Brother's praising and boring stuff. All the things are governments, example Victory Gin, Victory Cigars, etc., which are of poor quality. Winston falls in love with Julia, a way younger woman in scarlet red sash around her waist, referring to chastity. They were only acting chaste, but due to the suppression of basic instincts, their minds are perverted. Yet they are living in fear of committing thought crime, which would be found out by the thought police. The punishments are extremely cruel. The accused's name will be taken off from every record by the Ministry of Truth, which does the opposite. And they would be non-existent afterwards. There are 4 ministries in Oceania: The Ministry of Truth regulates media, entertainment, and arts. The Ministry of Peace presides over all aspects of war. The Ministry of Love, mini-law, a form of judicial system. The Ministry of Plenty, which governs economic affairs. Orwell takes a dig at the hypocrisy of the political leaders, the regime, ironically, in an indirect way. After all these restraints, if at all anyone dares to commit thought crime, a hell lot of punishment awaits. The room number 101 sends shivers and chills through the spine of the readers. O'Brien says, "You once asked me, Winston, what was in room number 101? I think you know. Everyone does. The thing that is in room number 101 is the worst thing in the world." Winston believes O'Brien to be against the party, but it's also just a plot to trap him. At the end, both Winston and Julia parts away, accepting their flaws. At one fine day, a bullet pierces Winston's head and he dies. He will be in our minds, but not in the records of Oceania anymore.